You're not asking for too much. Alrighty, so as you can probably see my button up, I just had my first recruiter call since December, and I don't know, y'all, like it's such a weird place to be, which, let me back up. Hey love, hey, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited that you're here. Now, who has two thumbs and accidentally deleted most of her footage from Colorado? This one. That's right. I pulled a rookie move. I didn't think to look at the clips before I deleted everything. Long story short, I will have to go back to Colorado, right, and show you guys what I wanted to show you. But I want to get back to the clip that you guys just saw. Now, if you are new here, welcome. I'm excited you're here. Now, the TLDR version of my story is that I quit my job about 6 months ago after reporting to a very toxic manager for over 2 years. It got pretty bad, so much so that I did take a leave of absence, and even upon returning, the nonsense and the toxicity just continued, and I had to peace out. So if you want to learn more about that, I'll add the info card so that you can learn about the reasons that I decided to quit. But let's get back to the original programming, right? So the last clip, as I said, I had my first recruiter interview since December. Now, I don't know if you know, but this job market is crazy, right? And I just feel, honestly, I always feel just very grateful when I get a recruiter interview. But especially this time, I felt the deepest sense. I can't talk. I'm fumbling over my words today. I think that's because I am so excited to talk to you guys. What was I saying? Oh, yes. I had my first recruiter interview since December. And when I tell you, I was just so excited. I was beaming with joy, excitement. I was a buzz. And then I also just had the deepest sense of gratitude for, even getting an interview, right? Like, I don't take that for granted, especially in this job market, right? But especially because someone actually referred me. A former coworker referred me. This woman, sometimes you got to correct yourself. This woman, we only worked together for about a month, to be perfectly honest with you. She joined the team when I was actually on leave. And so we didn't have that much overlap. And so the fact that she thought about me and said, hey, this opportunity is not for me, but because you're looking for someone, I know this person who's looking, let me share her profile with you on LinkedIn. I just don't take that for granted at all. Like, that is just, it's more than I could have ever dreamt of, right? And, she reached out to me, was like, hey, this didn't work out for me, but here's all the details. It's in person. Here's the salary. I just passed your information along. Let me know how it goes, type of thing. And, I don't take that for granted. And it's so crazy because after I think even before I recorded that last clip, I sent her this long voice note, just basically thanking her because, again, people have their own career, they have their own lives. Like, I don't expect anyone to be thinking about me. You just don't expect that, but I'm so grateful that she did, right? And we only worked together for a month, so the fact that she thought enough of me makes me feel like, I made enough of an impression on her, right? Even during that time, about who I am, how I work, how I think. And, I will say during that time, we were thick as thieves. Like, y'all, when I came back to work, I was on the verge of unraveling, truly. And this woman created such a safe space for me. I was there,
but it was kind of like I was just trying to get through the day. And so, we would just body double while we were doing our different tasks. We would just talk, and I get to know her. She got to know me. She actually ended up taking over some of the projects that I had overseen prior to leaving. And so, that was really cool to kind of talk to her about those things, to see where those, where those projects ended up. And so, yeah, I think, I felt this very deep sense of gratitude because, again, like I did not expect her to think about me. I don't expect anybody to think about me, but, I didn't have that much time with her in the role. So the fact that she thought about me, it really truly meant the world to me. And it still does, to be honest. Now, honestly, y'all, when she told me about the role, I didn't think that it was a role for me. It felt a little, and I hope that this is okay to say, it definitely felt too junior for me. The salary was pretty low, pretty low. I wouldn't have accepted it. But I was like, I didn't want to make a liar out of her. She was nice enough to think about me. And so I took the call, I took the interview, and y'all, that morning, like sitting in the hotel room, prepping for the interview, even though I'm doing all the work, I was in my head, like something serious. Like I did not want to take the call. I felt like kind of, what's the point? I felt a bit like kind of defeated, and when I tell you that I was just abuzz with joy and excitement because, y'all, I have been through some things, right? Which I detailed in my last video or one of my previous videos. I've been through some things. And when I tell you it was like a normal conversation with the recruiter, basic, let me tell you about the role. It was in person. So she did a lot of talking about in-person stuff. And I've been working remotely since the pandemic. So I knew that was going to be a hard sell for me. But the part that got me, y'all, this is the part that I was not expecting. So, we start talking and, she asked me a little bit about me, and I start reviewing basically my resume, telling her about, the work that I've done, the projects that I've overseen, the results that I've had, the whole spiel. Right. And, she sits there and she's like, wow, that's great experience, da, 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 da. I'm like, okay, cool. And then we get to the salary part. Now, first and foremost, y'all, they always hit you with the, okay, so what is your, what is it? How do they say it? What salary are you hoping, to get, or however they say it. Y'all, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. I really hate that question. I just hate that question because it's just y'all, it's 2025. We are still asking people what salary they hoping to tell me the budget. So y'all, I don't know if you're looking, but if you are looking for a job, soon as they hit you with that, or even before that, be bold enough to be like, you know what? Can you tell me the budget for that role? Y'all, every single time, I feel like I've gotten to the place where I don't want to play these games, right? One, I already knew what the salary was, to be fair, but I just feel like it's I don't have time for it. So I say all of that to say that, so she's like, okay, yeah, I'll tell you the budget, what she did. I said, okay. And she's like, well, does that align with, the salary that you're hoping? And I told her, hey, I said, that is a little too low. And she looked at me and she says, okay, so what number are you looking for? And I did give her a range. I think that I may have gone a little too low, to be perfectly honest, but it's okay. It's okay. I don't think that's a role for me. But anyway, so I tell her the range and she goes, you know what? After hearing your experience, I kind of thought that this was too junior for you and that, the salary wasn't gonna, align with what you were looking for. And y'all, I could cry right now. I could literally cry. And I probably almost cried on the call because it was so validating. it was so validating to talk to someone, a recruiter no less, who recognized like that your experience and the salary that you're looking for aligns, especially as a brown woman, right? Especially as a black woman, right? With natural hair. Like my hair was out for the interview, and I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I did not know that I needed that. I did not know that I needed that validation, and I'm very much like, I feel it shocked me so much because, I do think, if you know me, one of the qualities that you may learn about me is like, okay, she's very confident, right? And if I'm being honest with you, my confidence is one of the qualities that I think rubbed my last manager wrong, to be perfectly honest. And so, I say that to say, like, I personally don't feel like I need much validation from many people, right? Like I can kind of just do my own thing. But to be in this space where I have been through some trauma, workplace trauma, right? I'm still in this space of healing, and resting. Some people may just call that unemployed, which that's fair. That's very fair. I've been in this space, and I don't know, to hear that what I'm looking for is one within reach, but also to kind of hear, like, even if it wasn't said, is that you're not asking for too much based on your experience. Of course, yeah, you'll deserve more than what we're offering. And we don't get that often. Women don't get that often, especially minority women don't get that often. So it was so validating. It was so validating after everything that I've experienced to know that I'm deserving of what I want. I'm sorry, I did not expect to get emotional. I'm not supposed to do that this video. My goodness. I'm not supposed to do that. You know what I mean? I think so much of, who we are as women, and I think I'm trying to be intentional with my words. I think so much of, the narrative as women, the narrative as a minority woman is that you should be happy with whatever you get. You should be grateful. You should settle. It's kind of expected of us. And I mean, maybe I am blowing this whole thing up and thinking too much into this little one comment that she said. But for me, that meant like the world. Because when I tell you that, like, I know that my experience, I know that what my manager said about me and everything, like, I know that was her mess. I know that. But to hear someone else be like, oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah, you want more money? Oh yeah, I can see that. What, like, that don't happen to many people. You know what I'm saying? And so I just, y'all, I just felt so grateful. Again, I was in my head that morning. I didn't know if I was going to take that call. I really wanted to decline it. And truly, I was like, I'm here in a hotel with my dog. I just want to cuddle. I just, I was focused on, going to Colorado. I knew that I wanted to work on creating. I worked on some videos the entire time, like editing videos as well as taking videos. And I knew that it was just going to be a space for me to create. And I just wanted to stay in that space. And I didn't want to think about, like, the fact that I'm unemployed. I know that sounds weird. I know that sounds wrong, but I'm telling you, I'm so happy that I had the call, because y'all, it is so easy to stop yourself from everything, honestly, because of, what you're thinking and what you're feeling. And, I just feel like I just felt like I at least wanted I wanted the information. Even though my friend had given me the rundown on what she knew about me, didn't hurt. And the way that I see it is like, interviewing is such a skill. It is such a skill. I look at how I interviewed like now versus when I started, when I graduated college. Oh my gosh, y'all. It was not a good look. It was complete different. Like I felt like I was just in that space of just like, pick me, just pick me, just pick me, please, 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 please. Like I wanted to be any and everything to them just so that they can choose me. And like, I learned one that did not work. Anytime I'm like begging for a role, that did not work. It didn't work. And I feel like now I'm in a space where, you know, I've been so intentional about the stories that I tell, that highlight my strengths, that highlight the projects that I've been able to oversee. You know, while also telling a compelling story. Those things have served me well, right? And I don't want to lose that skill. But also, y'all, I truly believe, and I don't care what anybody says, I am a firm believer that interviewing is a crucial form of networking. I mean, y'all, the stories that I can tell you, and that's why I just went along with it. And I just hope that my energy was up, that, you know, I was smiling, and that, you know, I was eloquent and all these other things. And, yeah, people don't tell you, but interviewing is definitely a form of networking. Now, again, I think that in the end, this recruiter and we basically came to the same conclusion that this role was too junior for me. The salary likely was not going to align. And she did tell me, she was like, I'll talk to the hiring manager, see if there's enough budget to bring it up for you. But, you know, with the role, I kind of imagined that that wouldn't be the case. I haven't heard from her since then. But I also know about the possibility of, you know, just staying on her radar, you know, of, you know, her thinking about me. You know, she knows that I've done a bunch of stuff in like the communication space because of my background in journalism and stuff. And, you know, she kept being like, oh, you'll be good for this department. We're growing a lot, this, that, and the third. And like, I don't know what's going to come of this, y'all. I don't know, but I'm just grateful. I'm just so grateful that I did it, that I didn't allow my thoughts to deter me from honestly just having this feeling. You know, our mind can tell us certain things. It can stop us from taking opportunities that we don't even realize it's an opportunity. For me, someone who is still in the process, still trying to figure out what healing looks like after experiencing workplace trauma, right? For me, it was just so like, again, I know I keep saying this word validating, but encouraging. You know, it made me feel valued. It made me know like, no, girl, you are not the problem. You have good experience. Everything you experienced had something to do with your manager. That's on her. That's not your stuff. You can't take that on. And, you know, like, I feel like I'm rambling. I just say this. I don't know, you know, where you are in your journey. I don't know if you're looking for a new role. I don't know if you've also experienced workplace trauma. I don't know. But what I will tell you is give yourself time, give yourself grace. And even when you're scared and you don't know and you're unsure and you don't feel like doing that thing that you know you probably should be doing, give yourself the opportunity. Because when I tell you, like, even talking to y'all right now, I'm just so full of gratitude, to my friend who thought enough about me to refer me to this recruiter, as well as to the recruiter who didn't, you know, mince her words and was very much like, yeah, I kind of figured that, you know, this role, that you would be looking for more money. I needed to hear that. And I didn't know that I needed to hear that. You know what I'm saying? I think that I'm in the space while I'm trying to figure out what's next for me, what my next role is. If I decide to stay in corporate America, right? I'm in a weird space trying to figure it all out. But it felt good to know, like, I'm not asking for too much, right? That I can have the role that I desire, essentially. That I can potentially get the salary that I desire. And I don't know, y'all. I just, for me, it felt like in this time where I wonder, should I stay in corporate America? Who will I be? And you wonder, like, should you be, vocal? I'm pretty vocal. I advocate for myself, do all the things, right? I wonder if I'm still going to be that person because of the experience that I had. And then there's this sense of kind of settling because you have been gaslit. And to the point where you have become, they've made you out to be the bad guy, right? They made you to be, oh, your tone, oh, you said, what the fuck? You said, is it mandatory or not? The microaggressions and everything that you've experienced, you start to wonder if who you are is too much for corporate America, because corporate America continues to tell you that something is wrong with you, right? And again, I don't know, like, I don't know anything much else about that company. And I know, maybe I'm rambling. But what I'm saying is, in this space where I do feel like I've been consistently told that who I am is too much. I have to tone myself down and not be fooling me. Everyone wants a slice of me, right? It just feels good. It feels good. And so I just want you to know, like, again, I don't know where you are in your journey. I don't know what's on your mind, what your career looks like, or even if you've ever experienced workplace trauma, or if you've experienced any type of trauma at all. There are going to be things that you battle with mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever those things are. I can tell you that I see you, because I'm right there, girl. I'm right there, sir. I'm right there with you. And there is no roadmap no one teaches you what healing looks like. And honestly, I'm figuring it out, but I want you to know, like, don't settle. Who you are is enough, in the right place. What you want, the role that you want, the salary you want, you deserve it. You've worked hard for it, and the people who attempt to make you feel like you should just be grateful with anything, those are not the people for you. Those are not the people for you. And that is their mess, and it's not yours. It's not your mess to take on. Do not take on that baggage. That's not for you. Drop that right on off. It's not for you. It's not for you. It's not for you. And I say this to you because even saying it, I am telling myself it. I'm reminding myself of the same thing, that I can't take on my former bosses and her director's baggage. I did my job, and I did it extremely well. And I'd like to think that's why my former coworker, even though it was only a month or so that we worked together, thought about me. And I think it just goes to show you that, like, regardless of the situation you are in, regardless of, the circumstances, the company, how toxic or whatever it may be, you can always shine. You will always shine. You will always shine. And people may try to dim your light, but you're the light. You're the light. And sometimes that is why we experience the things that we've experienced. So I want you to know, like, hold on, keep going. Know that you're not asking for too much. Know that you deserve to be treated with respect in everything that you do, especially at work. You should not be, losing sleep and, stressed out and all the other things that I've experienced, to be honest with you, because of work. It should not be like that. And so I just want you to hold fast. And I hope this spoke to you. I hope it resonated with you. And again, I don't know where you are in your journey, but you're not asking for too much. What you want, what you desire is within reach. And you just have to hold on and believe that you can have those things because, oh, my goodness. I'm mush. I'm still mush, y'all. I'm still mush. So thank you so much for watching. Clearly, I still can't talk. If this spoke to you, please let me know in the comments below. Again, I don't know where your situation is, but, I hope that you have a beautiful day and I hope that you know that you can have all of your heart's desires. I will talk to you soon. Bye.